Hi, this is Amma again from SSLTrust.com Australia, and in this video I'll be showing you how you can successfully install an Ssl certificate on your Arch Linux web server using Apache. So let's get started. So as you can see, we have installed Apache on our server, and we can verify it by logging into our server as root. Type in your password and type in sudo systemctl status httpd, and as you can see, our Apache web server is running, and we can now move on to installing an Ssl certificate on our server. Let me clear this up. Now the first thing that we are going to do is create an Ssl directory under our configuration directory to make it easier to store all of our certificate files. So type in sudo make directory /etc/con /httpd/conf and then /ssl. Click enter, and now we are good to go. So the next step would be to generate a CSR and a private key with Openssl. So to make sure you have Openssl installed, we're gonna just install Openssl, because on many distributions of Arch Linux there is no Openssl. So we can type in sudo pacman-s Openssl, y, enter, and we are good to go. So now we are going to be generating a certificate sign request and a private key for our certificate installation on our web server. So basically, a CSR or a certificate sign request is nothing but a request initiated by you, the client, to the certificate authority, which contains all the necessary information such as the domain name and any business details which are stored in a hashed form. On the technical side, it also contains the public key, which will be signed by the certificate authority and returned to you in the issued certificate. So now we're going to proceed to generate our certificate signing request and our private key. And the command to do that is we are going to do it in just one command. Usually it takes two. The command to do that is sudo Openssl. Then we are going to request a new key. We're going to specify the algorithm which I'm going to be using for encryption, which is RSA 2048, then -nodes -key out, and the output directory would be /etc/httpd/conf /ssl, and then the name of the file, let's call it server.key space. I'm gonna maximize this. Now we are gonna output the CSR using this private key in this very same directory. And I'm going to call it server.csr. Press enter and fill in a few details here to generate your CSR. Type in the 2-letter abbreviation for your country, name of your state, the name of your city, the name of your organization, the organizational unit such as IT, and your domain name without the www, or with it in some cases. Press enter, and your email address, you can either set a password or you can leave it empty, but I prefer to leave it empty because there is no need for me to put a password on this. So you can just press enter or set a password, but make sure you remember it for further use. No need to write an optional company name, and that's it. Let's clear this up, and to view your certificate sign request, we're going to type in cat, the name of the directory, and the name of the file, server.csr. Press enter, and you can see that your certificate sign request is right here on your command screen. So now we are going to move on to configure our certificate. So you can either save this in a text file or just keep this window open and copy this and proceed to certificate configuration. Okay, so once you have generated your certificate sign request, it is now time to purchase and configure our Ssl certificate. So as you can see, I'm here on the main Ssl Trust website, and if you scroll down, you'll see that we have established partnerships with various brands in the Ssl industry, and you can see that we offer various different types of Ssl certificates depending on what you need them for, ranging from standard SSLs, business SSL certificates, and premium extended validation Ssl certificates, along with many more. So if you are not sure which Ssl certificate you wish to purchase, you can always contact our sales team and they will be happy to assist you in selecting one. For this video, I'm going to click on our standard Ssl certificate, go for the Commodore Positive SSL. Since this is a demo video, I'm going to be using the cheapest option, a quick and easy SSL solution. Scroll down, choose your duration, click on Buy SSL and your currency too. Click on Checkout, enter your details and choose your payment method and click on the agree on the terms of service. You can read it here and click on Complete Order. Once you're done with that, you can head to the Ssl Trust Dashboard and view your certificate. You can click on this button right here to start certificate configuration, or you can provide the following URL to the appropriate person doing the configuration for you. Now we're going to click on this. Now scroll down and we are going to paste in our certificate sign request. Make sure copy it from the very start to the very end, including all the dashes. Control C, and I'm going to paste it right here. Click on the Verify CSR button to verify your certificate sign request, and the details look all good. Now we can select our web server as Apache and click on Next Step. Fill in your details. Enter email address, and if you have a technical individual doing this for you, please mention their details here. Otherwise, click on Next Step. Now comes an important part of the certificate configuration process, which is domain control validation. So basically, you have to prove to the in domain control validation, you have to prove to the issuing certificate authority, which in this case is Sectigo, that you are the owner of your domain name and have complete access to it. So you can choose one of 3 methods to prove that you are the owner of your domain name. The first is the email method. So basically you should have one of these 5 email addresses and you will be sent an email from Sectigo, which will contain a link upon which when you click on it, you can verify your domain name and get your certificate. This is probably the easiest method for many people. Second method is the HTTP file method. So basically you will need to create a file with this name in this very directory, or you will have to create the directories yourself and then include these contents in that file and wait for the file to propagate through the server, and Sectigo should be able to recognize it and issue your certificate. And the third, or the easiest method for us, which we are going to use, is the Dns Record Validation method. So basically you need access to your DNS settings with either your hosting or domain provider, and just need to update a record there. So we're going to head over and we're going to add a new record. Choose the type as CNAME, and we are going to close this up. We are going to copy the CNAME record or the host value as it is and paste it right here. Now we're going to do the same for the pointing to or the CNAME value and paste it right here. Click on save and you're good to go. Click on the check DNS record button here to check your DNS record propagation. As you can see, it has not yet propagated in any DNS server regions, so you can expect to wait from a few minutes or up to an hour in most cases, depending on your DNS server's propagation speed, and you should be good to go. You can come back here and submit your configuration for now. Once you're done with that, your configuration should be a success, and you can click on this button here to access the validation manager. And as you can see, domain control validation, our DNS record has propagated in most places, and domain control validation is complete. So now we will be issued our certificate. Now in some cases, domain control validation takes a bit of time, so you can come here. There would be a button here called click on more details. You can click that, select your method, and click on submit or recheck for the Sectigo to recheck the record on their side and issue your certificate. By any chance, if you're ever lost in your configuration process, you can always head to the Ssl Trust Dashboard and then click on your certificate, and there would be an option here called Access Validation Manager. You can access the validation manager from there too. So we're going to close this up, and now you can collect or download your certificate by pressing on this button right here. Once you do that, you'll be redirected to the certificate collection page, and as you can see, this is the certificate. You can download it in various formats. So now we are going to move on to upload the certificate files to our server. Now there are various methods to do the same, but we are going to be using the easiest one. So we are going to head over to our shell, and we're going to type in the command sudo nano /etc/httpd/conf/ssl. This is the very directory where our SSL files will be stored, and we'll name our certificate as certificate.crt. Press enter, and now come back here and go to the first column and copy this to your clipboard. Once you're done with that, come back here, right click, paste it right here, control X, then Y, and enter. Now we can do the same for the intermediate certificate. So type in sudo nano, the same directory. Now it is recommended that you install your intermediate certificate because it is a better implementation of your SSL certificate, and it mitigates any risks to people coming on your browser and receiving security warnings. So we are going to name our intermediate certificate as intermediate.crt and press enter. Come back here, copy your intermediate certificate and paste it right here. Control X, Y, enter. Okay, so now that we have uploaded both of our certificates to our server, it is now time to configure the HTTPD or the Apache SSL parameters. This will enable us to actually enable SSL certificate on our Apache web server. So to do that, we're going to type in sudo nano, the same directory that we've been using this whole while. But the path is going to be a bit different because we are going to be editing the httpd/ssl.config, which is the main SSL configuration file for Apache on Arch Linux. Press enter, and now we'll need to make a few changes. So scroll down, keep scrolling down until you find load module Now we can change the server name right here. Let the port remain the same. Just change the server name sslguides.com.au. Add the Ssl certificate file location. Change -ssl, and it's called certificate.crt, not server.crt. Now we can add this same for our intermediate certificate, but that is called, let's uncomment this, and Ssl certificate chain file. Add a chain with a capital C, and it's called intermediate.crt. So type in intermediate.crt and add an Ssl directory. So that is it. Scroll down again. Or you can also edit the Ssl chain file right here, what we have done so above, and this is commented, so there's no effect. Scroll down again. And everything looks good, and we are good to go since we have added those two certificates. Now we do need to add something right before the virtual host ending, right here. You can find it in the written guide in the description of this video, but we are going to be adding these two load module Ssl modules and paste it right here. Control X, Y, enter. Now that we have configured the Apache HTTPD Ssl parameters, we can now move on to configuring the HTTPD or Apache virtual host. Okay, so we are now going to be editing the main Apache configuration files. You're going to type in sudo nano /etc/httpd/conf and then httpd.conf. This is the main Apache configuration file. Press enter, and we will need to make a few changes right here. Scroll down. Now you need to be very careful because we need to uncomment 3 lines, which means to remove the hashtag symbol on 3 lines of this code. Otherwise Apache will not display our Ssl certificate on Arch Linux. So the modules are right here. The first one is the Ssl module. We need to enable it. So scroll down. And let's find the Ssl module. Yeah, here it is. As you can see, this is a module. Uncomment this. Then the next one we're gonna uncomment is the sh cache module. So scroll up again in alphabetical order. cache shmcb, this one right here. Uncomment this, and the last one we're gonna uncomment is include, which we can find if we scroll down again. Keep scrolling down. You can change the server admin or the server name in here. It is optional, but you need to change the server name. Uncomment this and type in your domain name. Go to ssl-guides.com.au. Scroll down again. We have made 4 changes so far, and the next change that we're going to make should be right here. Yeah, include. I found it, and scroll up. Include code is conf and http SSL. So scroll down and look for, yeah, here it is. Include http SSL. So let's go uncomment this, and that's it. This is all the changes you need to make. Once you're done with the Apache HTTPD main file configuration, we can now restart the server by typing in systemctl restart httpd.service. Just enter. And if this restarts, this means that there are no configuration errors, otherwise they would be displayed here. And now we have successfully installed an Ssl certificate on our Arch Linux web server using Apache. So let's view our certificate. This up and head over to https://yourdomainname.com. In our case it is sslguides.com.au, and press enter. And as you can see, we are able to see this page with an Ssl certificate, and our connection to the site is now secure. So this is how easy it was to install an Ssl certificate on your server. You can now check the installation of your Ssl certificate by going to a website called sslabs.com. Now we're going to copy your domain name with HTTPS. Click on the test your server button, scroll down, paste it, and click on submit. Okay, so it looks like we're done with the SSL Labs test, and we have got a rating of A, which is quite good. If you scroll down, you'll see that the older versions of TLS are disabled, and we are using the strongest cipher suites, and everything looks good. Basically, if you get a rating of A or above, then everything is good to go. You've got the strongest possible encryption on your website. Now, if you were easily able to install your certificate, please like this video. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. And again, I will have to mention that you will find the written guide in the very description of this video, so you can easily refer to the commands there. Thanks for watching.